On the Porch is brought to you by
Bushido Warrior Rod Blanks from American Tackle Company. Bushido combines the latest manufacturing processes and material advances to create the most focused, technique-specific blanks in the world.
Hey, how y'all doing? Captain Cephas and Buck the Wonder Dog here, and today on the porch I'm going to share with you one of Buck's favorite offshore trolling rigs. Some folks call them a sea witch, other folks call them a duster, but regardless of what you call them, they are fish catching machines for cobia, barracuda, kingfish, billfish, any of the offshore pelagics. And what you'll need to make this rig is some 80-pound stainless wire. I like a number 5 short shank J hook for the front hook and a number 4 treble hook for the trailing hook, a couple of glass beads, a swivel, the skirt of your choice, of course a pair of dikes, and you may want to add a small weight. Now the way to build this rig, I usually tie the hook on first. Again, I'm using a number 5 short shank J hook. I'll run my wire right through the eye and then bend it over to form a loop in the wire that crosses over and forms a V here. And then I'm going to make what's called haywire twists. I'm going to twist it 5 times, 4, 5, and you'll notice that it's coming off at a V angle here. Now to finish off your wire twisting, take the tag end and turn it 90 degrees to the standing part of the line here, and then start your barrel wraps. And these are going to wrap right around the standing part again. I'm going to go 5 times, and you want your barrel wraps to be real close together. There's 4, and there's 5. Now when you finish it off, you do not want to take a pair of diagonal cutters and clip it off. You'll leave a big burr right there that will grab your finger every time you mess with the rig. Instead, take the tag end and bend it toward the hook, and then bend it back up at a 90-degree angle like that. And what you wind up with here is a little handle that you can then just take and crank a couple of times, 1, 2, and it'll snap right off, and you've got a nice smooth finish to your connection there. So you've got 5 haywire twists and 5 barrel wraps, and you're done. Next, I'm going to take 2 glass beads and thread them onto my leader here. There's 1 and there's 2. And the purpose of the beads, they're going to add a little noise when they clack together. They're going to add some color, a little flash, but mainly what they're going to do is they're going to prevent my skirt from sliding down right on top of the hook eye here, which would potentially impede the movement of your live bait or natural bait. Now after that, I'm going to bring in my skirt here. I like this red and white one here. I think it's a great color for barracuda, and kingfish love it as well. Thread that right onto my leader here, just like that. Slide it down. And you'll notice that the position I've got everything in now, the 2 beads with the skirt on top, when the skirt moves down as it's being pulled through the water, you'll notice that the tips of the skirt are just ahead of where the bait's going to be connected. That way you've got a nice profile here, a lot of movement, a lot of enticement for game fish, but it doesn't bother the live bait that's right back here on the hook. Now, a lot of hard-charging game fish like wahoo and kingfish are notorious for short striking. In other words, what will happen, they'll come in and hit the bait just behind the dorsal fin, and they'll miss getting the hook. Well, I've got the cure for that. Convert this rig into a stinger hook rig. You'll put, I like a number 4 treble, about 3 to 7 inches behind the nose hook. The distance behind that nose hook will be determined by the size of the bait that you're pulling. If you're pulling big pogies or big mullet or a big Spanish mackerel, then you may want this trailer hook to be as much as 8 or 9 inches behind the nose hook. If you're pulling greenies or say herring or something like that, smaller baits, you'll want your treble hook to be a lot closer to the nose hook. Essentially, you want this treble hook to land just behind the dorsal fin, and you'll just put barely the tip of one barb right back there on the back of the dorsal fin. And here's how to tie it. All right, now to finish building our stinger hook rig here, you're going to want a number 4 treble hook. and a shorter piece of stainless single strand wire. Now, the key to ensuring that your bait's going to run true and look really natural by adding the stinger hook is how you start your next piece of leader wire. And you're going to run through the eye of the hook as well as the loop of the leader itself. Then pull her back around, do your 5 haywire twists, 4, 5, your 5 barrel wraps, 2, 3, 4, 5, bend it toward the hook, make your handle, and then twist her off. It'll pop right off with a couple of cranks, just like that. There you have it, the skirted stinger rig. It's one of the most effective rigs you'll ever have in your saltwater arsenal for catching kingfish and a variety of other saltwater pelagics. Good boy, Buck. So if you've got a question about fishing or boating, well, drop us an email at cephas@nutsandboltsfishing.com and I'll put Buck right on it. We'll see you next time on the porch. What'd you say, Buck? Was that fun? Good boy.